El Filibusterismo The Opera. The three-act opera El Filibusterismo was composed by national artist Felipe Padilla de Leon in 1970, with libretto in Filipino by Anthony Morley. The cast included Fides Cuyugan, Asensio as Paulita, Constancio Bernardo as Simon, and Irma Potenciano as Huli. It was staged at the Cultural Center of the Philippines. The novel behind the opera. El Filibusterismo The Filibuster, is a novel by Dr. Serizal written as a sequel to the earlier Noli Me Tangere. It tells the continuing struggle of the Filipino people to achieve freedom from the Spanish rule. Though through the major characters involved, the novel reflected prevailing state of the Philippine colonial government and society that became corrupt and immoral. As a result, a revolution was seen as only hope for change. The novel was perceived as a warning from Rizal, an intellectual of the highest order, although he favored a peaceful way of instituting reforms and seemingly hopeless situation to achieve this was pointing more and more to armed rebellion as the only means to gain independence. Rizal considered his second novel as more profound and mature than Noli Me Tangere, revealing his less hopeful outlook on the political and social situation of the country, written for the Filipinos and not for the Spaniards. It was distributed to his friends in Europe. However, the book was immediately seized when it arrived in the Philippines. The Fili was later used as a major piece evidence in the subversion changes against Rizal. Even in his death, it became a source of inspiration for Filipino revolutionaries that included Andres Bonifacio. Synopsis of the opera. The major characters in El Filibusterismo is Crisostomo Ibarra. He had escaped from prison for subversion changes 13 years before and was thought that have drowned in the river. He arrives aboard a steamship along with passengers from different walks of life, now disguised as Simon. He has come in search of his beloved Maria Clara. Maria Clara, meanwhile, had become a nun after learning of Ibarra's supposed drowning and because of her refusal to marry another man, as arranged by his evil father. In an earlier letter to Maria Clara, Simon had told her of his plan to lead a revolution. However, he had been sentenced to execution before he had managed to escape from prison. Now, upon his return, he is bent on fulfilling this plan by asking the support of the key people. Simon also comes across a medical student named Basilio, where later the latter is visiting the grave of his mother. Basilio recognizes the disguised Simon as Ibarra. Basilio, however, refuses to join the latter revolutionary cause at the time Simon's arrival. Basilio is looking forward to graduating as valedictorian, then marrying his childhood sweetheart Juliana or Huli, and leading a peaceful life devoted to healing the sick. On the eve of the supposed revolt organized by Simon, when Manila's high society is attending a French vaudeville shows at La Cloches de Comeville, he hears the news about Maria Clara has just died in the convent. He contemplates committing suicide. However, Maria Clara's ghost appears and asks him to stay alive to atone for his destructive spirit, for his revolutionary attempt has failed. Basilio is finally convinced to join Simon's cause after his engagement to Huli. He becomes involved in a movement of some students to set up a school for teaching Spanish of Spanish to the natives, and he is arrested. In grief, Julie jumps over the balcony to her death. Soon after Basilio's release from the prison, with the help of Simon. Actually, Basilio's capture was betrayal by Simon, who had pointed him to other students who allegedly masterminding a revolution that himself had planned. Still ignoring the warning of voice of Malaclara, Simon hatches to a second plan to be carried out during the wedding of Juanito Pilaes and Paulita Gomez, an orphan heiress cared by her aunt Doña Victorina. His plan is to bring a crystal lamp as a wedding gift, which contains a deadly explosive that would go off once the lamp runs oil out and it is relit. Simon reveals this plan to Basilio as they are dining in his mansion. Basilio has sudden change of heart, quickly warns Isagani, a former lover of Paulita, who just arriving the scene to watch the wedding festivities. The shocked Isagani runs away with the lamp and throws it in the river. As Manila is scandalized with the discovery of his plan, Simon escapes the arrest of authorities and takes refuge in the house of Padre Florentino, near the sea. He tries to commit suicide by taking poison. As Simon lies dying, Padre Florentino scolds him for his plot while assuring him of God's mercy. He also takes Simon's precious stones and hurls them into the water. He calls these evil stones, which should remain forever under the sea. Looking on from a distance, Isagani contemplates his desolation of the loss of her love Paulita amidst the vastness of the sea, while witnessing the passing procession for the peace of San Diego.